I know.
Because he messaged us.
Right.
That's what I was Get there. Oh.
Weather is perfect.
Good morning, graders. Thank you.
And our co-host Wesley.
Gonna get the bucket so you can stand on them again?
Oh, she brought a step ladder this
There
time.
it is.
Yeah, so I did this a couple years ago, because they put me right after Wes on the awards banquet, remember?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, and I brought
that
that, I
did
use
happen.
that stool every day.
That's good.
I bought a stool just for that occasion. Anyway.
I like it.
Nice work, yeah. Yep. We're gonna do the next slide. Oh, here we go.
Aha. This is how it feels.
Oh, I'm close.
This is how
The
it
chair of the safety committee, right?
Safety. Don't do this. This is not safe.
Someone in here. All right, so for the next 1 minute, we are going to say hi to two people that you don't know. If you're online, send a direct message to two people on the chat. And go.
One, two, three.
All right, so Elise is going to read this to you word for word off the slide behind her. Nope. You got this. All you up there.
A technology company.
All right.
So Keller Williams, we're a real estate company. We're technology. That's what Gary Keller said. And then we all had to learn how to use our own computers really well. So it was a challenge. So is there another
Like
video?
this.
Like,
I don't know, I'm trying to move this big gray bar.
sorry guys.
No, you're supposed to read it.
Where's Nicole? This is why we need admins doing this. I don't know why you put agents.
All right. By the way, that's the P of our MVVBP. Oh, no, come on. And this week's culture winner. I think we skipped like 10 slides.
No, this is good. This is good.
Yeah, we're a technology company, Wes. Way to show it off, bud.
I almost planned the stool. I didn't plan any of that.
Is Shanna in here? Shanna?
No, she's out of town.
Nicole will come online and talk for her.
Oh, Nicole. Nicole, you're up.
Okay, if you want to click so we can see who the new winner is.
Oh, there we go.
Hi, Nicole.
Oh, Justin Johnson.
Justin Johnson. Congratulations, Justin. So Shanna said that Justin embodies KW culture. He is always first to jump in and help anywhere, anytime. He truly cares for people, but people first, and is always looking for that win-win. If you haven't spent time with him, I urge you to do so today. So I have a small plug for Justin. So he helped us every single bold. He was there early. He helped us every day after bold. He helped bring stuff to our cars. He even went and got our bold coach every Thursday from his hotel, brought him to our venues. and then also took him back. So thank you so much for assisting us with that. And I know that you do that every single day in your life.
True servant's heart, true servant's heart. All right, are you planning an event at the Market Center?
If so.
How can you get over you on that stool?
I'm not gonna get down. This is the whole thing.
Let's call it a
Contact the leadership team for approval and sign the event waiver. So there's now a waiver. Someone probably did something that caused a waiver to be needed.
Yep.
So don't trip when you're at your own event. I don't think that actually happened, but also get approval. But it was a really great event that we had last month. So make sure that if you guys have anything like that in mind, you can take a small idea and you can make it big. And the leadership here at the Market Center, I know would love to help you guys.
Oh, heck yeah. I was hearing from other brokerages how awesome that event was. The Hispanic.
Yeah.
What do you guys call it? Heritage.
What do you guys call it? We live in Maine.
Well, I wasn't. Being in Mexico. I was partying.
I know, I am half Mexican.
The really cool thing about it is the extra money that they raised, they donated all of it to Springfield Cares, which was about $1,500 that they had extra that they donated in.
All right, here's the scare, you guys. Come on up. I will finish my CE today.
First question, who's not licensed yet for next
I
time?
want to tell you, there's more than half of you in this room.
I really think today is the last day,
It is.
because it takes 2 days for it to process. And the problem is that if you don't get it done, then you've got to do the 24-hour course before you can practice again. In addition to that, all your listings go to Don.
Oh, he'll screw those up
Actually, or
big
me.
time.
So I would love, that's fine. If you
Works
don't
out great for us,
good.
but
And then in addition, if you're not licensed, guess what? If you got any pending contracts, you can't get paid.
you cannot do business as of Saturday if you do not. if you're
Yeah,
not
and the
active.
NRC's tough on that one too. If they catch us, they wouldn't catch us, they'd catch you, because you and I, we finished ours back in February, March. It's just, there's no excuse really. I apologize. I mean, being the kind guy that I am, but the people that we've been calling this week, there were probably 80 or 90 on the list.
120 yesterday.
Yeah, how many?
And when I say 120, a lot of the people have been licensed in the business and still actually producing.
Yeah, this is the third cycle. This is not like the first go around.
And they're not all on your team.
Only 3 left on my team. And I'm one, and I called the other one today, and he's on it.
Are all 3 of you locking yourselves in a closet today to finish your season?
Yeah, and Vera's, we won't call them out, but 3 of their top people weren't licensed as of yesterday. Yeah, you're
We're
good.
working on it.
Hey, the second thing is, you probably got a note or an email yesterday from the Missouri Realtors regarding the lawsuit that's been filed against NAR. Did you see that? Listen now, you better read that, because here's the deal. It's a class action suit against NAR and some of its members, which are typically the bigger franchises, Keller Williams, Remax, Caldwell Banker, Reese Nichols in Missouri and Kansas City, Kansas area. But the lawsuit's really an attack against the buyer's agency fees that are paid by the seller. They're saying that forces the seller or the sales price of homes up to cover that fee. Now, here's the thing I've always looked at. If you've ever been to buy a car, which is typically the second largest purchase, right? You go to the Chevy dealership or Cadillac over here and you look at a car, you really can't find anything. The salesman doesn't say, hey, you know what? If you go over to the Kia place, they've got a great vehicle that matches everything that you need. I mean, they're not going to do that. They're going to try to drag you to the showroom. Let's talk to the manager, blah, blah, blah. Where in real estate, what do? We go show a house that doesn't fit their needs. You know what? There's another house, because we have shared compensation. We have the MLS saying that if we take a client to this house or this house or this house, we know that we're going to get compensated for our work. And that's what, of course, lawyers don't care, but that's what the world's missing, is that this is a fair compensation model. The seller understands going in that the fees are going to be paid. If they don't, it's because you're not doing your job as an agent on the consultation side. You have to explain to the seller that, yeah, there's a good chance your fees are going to be split, and they're going to be split with a buyer's agent because that's about 90% of the market now. But you really need to look at this MR email that came out yesterday. It's got a Q&A section in there that will kind of help you understand it, or if you get asked about it, because here's what's going to happen within the next month, 2 months, 3 months. They're going to flood Facebook, TV, radio. There's going to be ads all over the place because they're desperately trying to win this thing. They've been fighting for, I guess we've been in the business long enough to know that it's been going on for 20 years, but they finally filed. And it's not only here they filed, but they've got one in Ohio or Pennsylvania, I think, too, that's going on. But it's something we have to be concerned with, because if that compensation model changes for about 70% of our buyers, they won't be able to afford the home because they've got the down payment. But if they have to pay your fee also, they won't have money to cover any of their mortgage fees or anything like that. It's really, it would be hurtful to the public. I don't think there's any doubt about that. And the sellers typically are taking equity to pay this fee, but you know, that's part of it. With the increase in prices over the last few years, they should be paying 7% to Jim versus the 3%. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just a big change, but I want you to be aware of it. And I want you to be able to at least discuss that with your seller if it does come up, or buyers or any clients, because it could potentially really damage our industry and it would change the model. And here's what would happen. A team like Verus could dominate pretty easily because they would change your whole model and start paying salaries. Can you
Great
pay
idea.
a salary? No, I mean, we don't get a salary if we're a buyer's agent. You know, our compensation comes at the end of the model. But a team, you know, that's big enough could change your model and say, okay, Miss Buyer's Agent, I'm gonna give you X. And that changes the whole industry down, and all of the independent contractors, which is about, really about 70%, 80% of the business, you might be out of business. You might be looking at that Bed Bath and Beyond and saying, you know, that looks pretty good, you know? $16 an hour plus overtime and all weekends and nights.
Jim, it looks like they're going back to any house that sold after 2014.
Yeah, they're going back. So you can imagine how that would affect us. It's something you should be aware of. I just wanted to make sure that you knew that. Other than that, you guys are doing fabulous. I haven't had.
Did you want to mention the closing documents? Having those-
Oh, yeah.
We've got a whole slide too.
Got a slide on that. Probably got a slide on the other one too, but yeah, the closing documents, we talked about it 2 weeks ago, but MREC has said, yes, you have to have both sets of documents, the sellers and the buyers, in your file. And in the past, it hadn't been that way, but a couple of the times, oh, we always do that. That's what they've told me. And I'm like, you know, because sometimes I ask for them and I can't get them because I think it is confidential information. It's not my business what the seller pays or the buyer pays. But if MREC says to do it, it's just like if another company wants you initial line 94, I got initial line 94 because that's, you know, it's okay. We'll just put it in our file. We'll be good. Yes, ma'am.
So if we get audited, who is liable at that
You.
point? Because I mean, we use a compliance company. Shouldn't they be liable for something? If-
Keller Williams will be liable, meaning Don.
So if we get audited. Normally in the audit process, they give us transaction lists, and so we had an idea of what those property addresses were, and so we could go try to get the documents for that.
Yeah, the deal is that if we have an audit, we had one 7 years ago.
Yeah, we're due.
Yeah, it's about time.
Not quite
yeah.
so.
Retirement is near.
I did it. It wasn't quite 7 years ago.
2018.
Yeah.
It was painful.
But the deal is that they come in and what they do is they randomly select 100 files. We provide them with 100 files, every document printed, you know, and they go through those and they make their notes and then they come back and say, okay, we need another 100 files from this period to this period. And it's random, so it doesn't matter who it is. But the deal is Keller Williams is responsible, not you, obviously. It's kind of sad, isn't it, that only one person gets blamed for all of that.
So starting October 1st, the auditors will start returning your files if you don't have both. In your command placeholder, if you put both of them together in the same spot, that's okay. We're not going to make you split each of them out. They'll be looking for both of those. Try not to cause
It's
more
not
work on it.
supposed to make it harder for you. It's just supposed to make it, put us in compliance. That's really all we're worried about. And we're still, compliance really is about making sure that we have every file that we have to have if MREC audits. That's what compliance is. It's not about punishing you or delaying a check or anything like that. Doesn't have anything to do with that.
Can I step back 2 steps to the lawsuit? Would it make sense for us to share out some proactively with our clients, like, hey, just so you know, one of the, whatever, this is going on and this is how it could affect you if it goes through. Like, if you're a buyer, you could end up paying, all the fees or.
I wouldn't do that. Yeah.
No, keep it, okay.
If I start,
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
it
true.
is painful anyway. You take a $300,000 house, you're talking $18,000 on a 6% commission,
Yeah.
Pretty painful for the sellers. They mostly understand that this is the way the business has traditionally been done for a long time. Well,
Right.
forever. 1904 or something like that. Long time. So I don't think I would discuss it,
Okay.
but I would be prepared if there are questions,
That makes sense. Thank you.
There's some things you don't talk to your kids about until they get to a certain age. This is kind of like that.
Okay.
Hey, the head shop people are gonna be here on Thursday. I think you and I need updates.
Yeah, you guys look
I mean, that's a good realtor photo.
That was probably, I think I got a realtor pin on there, so it was probably from about 2002, maybe.
Don, you were proactive. You were
Pretty much the same.
picture black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I did change mine on the MLS. I've got a beard in that.
So I got 2 things to add to Jim real quick. Number 1, it's not Verus, it's Verus.
No.
Clean that up. But number 2, one of the, this one's actually serious. One of the things he kind of said in passing was when we're meeting with buyers and sellers to educate them on the actual employment agreement. So often we meet, a lot of times we'll send a DocuSign, we'll not actually walk through the fee structure and explain to a buyer, how the process of actually being paid. I would assume there's largely, this is coming from a lack of realtors actually educating their clients around how we're paid and what services we provide. So
Yeah.
take the time.
I will say this too. I see a lot of you guys sending the entire packet to your seller to sign, say, this is what we discussed. I don't think that's a good practice. I really don't. I think that you need to sit down face to face with your clients if possible, and while you're there, I mean, what's wrong with printing documents if you need to bring them there and have hard signatures on them? You can scan them here. Point is that you're not I don't think you're doing a great service for your clients if you send them a packet and say, here's what we discussed, sign where it's marked. It's like, that's not discussing a contract or taking them through each of the steps. But that's just me. You guys can do whatever you want to.
Right.
It gets hard to stand up on the stool, by the way, as the topic gets more and more serious, but I am committed, so.
It changed on here, but not there. Okay. Okay, here's the closing statement, verbiage. I'll let you guys read it briefly.
And Nicole will resend that out today for everybody.
Yeah.
This type of stuff is important too. Like Keller Williams has always had a big target on its back. When you're the largest real estate company in the world, people are gonna go after you. And a lot of times people know or think they know what you make because they say, oh, you just sold a $500,000 house. What's 3% of that? And then they look at you like, well, shoot, you just put a sign in the yard or you didn't do that much because they don't know the things that happen in the background. So just keep that stuff in mind. Education and having those conversations with your clients is pretty vital, especially now.
And Nicole just sent that to everybody, put it in their inboxes. She just posted.
Beautiful. Love
Do
it.
you guys know if the title company would have those on file? Like if we do have one side missing, if the title company keeps that on file?
They would have to keep it for their records too for a certain
Okay.
amount of years.
Yeah, and we have alerted the title companies about the rules, so they are aware that we're gonna be expecting this. Yeah.
Majority of them, yeah. So if there's
We've already
one,
started
just
to
send them that.
Yeah,
email
we're getting
too. I'll
close.
send out those questions, yeah.
Sweet. I'm really trying, guys. There we go. Oh, here's another fun one.
Yay.
Yeah, it's ECPA.
Yeah, if you were in bold, half the time, this was at the bottom of the pages that we were reading in our
Yeah.
material.
So this is a fun one. I didn't realize this, 500 to 1,500 per violation. So that could be per text message sent. Like, that could be really bad. So don't do that. Vendors, we got any vendors in the room?
Yep.
Would y'all stand up, please? All right, stand up.
I'm still taller than all of
All
them.
right, turn around, everyone.
We're weird.
No, I'm just kidding. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. All right, we'll start over here on the right, and we're gonna sweep snake style across. If you wouldn't mind, elevator pitch for us. Name, of course, to start.
My name is Ryan Barnes. I'm with the Health Markets. I take care of all your health insurance needs. Next week, I can start signing for enrollment period for all health insurance with the marketplace. I will be at Pumpkin Days Friday and Saturday in Republic. If you guys want to stop by at my booth, booth 250. Thanks.
Hey guys, Tyler Williams with We Move. We're your moving and junk removal experts. Hey. We can handle junk removal, anything from single item pickups to large property cleanouts. And then, any moving services, whether it's moving office furniture just around or full house moves, we can take care of it. If you have any questions, just reach out to me and we'll help you out.
I don't know why you're staring at me. I'm already
He's
smiling.
looking right at you.
I don't like public speaking.
I was just comfort. Okay. Amy Hunsaker Williams with the Collective Home Staging. So since we're talking about commissions, one of the ways that you can cover the cost of staging is by building it into your commission. So upping your commission to 6.5% or 7% when a property calls for it, but talking to your seller and educating them about the benefits of staging prior to signing that document. I just had somebody who sent me an email that she wasn't going to move forward because she had not discussed it with the seller prior to their agency agreement. So she had no way to fund it. So if you want to know more about cost and benefits and all the statistics, let's just get a coffee.
Christine with Honored Agent Services. So we do transaction coordination, we do address cleanup and marketing. We're here on site, so just pop in. And I just wanted to give a shout out to our hosts today. They're not paying attention. You guys are doing a great job.
He was talking crap.
Yeah.
Just now that I'm taller.
Hi guys, Jess Bowman, Bowman Insurance Group. We're just here to help you guys to be a part of your team. Anything we can do on the insurance side, we're independent. And our business is based off of referrals and we appreciate you guys.
Love it.
Jonathan Roadhouse with 417 Reiki. We're your go-to locksmiths for any home and business needs. And we work realtor hours.
Almost.
Oh, Casey, you want to come up front, did you? Sure.
Who wants to be front and
So
center?
this is Casey Cooper, Coco co-host.
I was hoping I could go when he was talking about all the bad news, because I've got some.
Do you want the stool? You sure?
Yeah, no, I just
I will
need a
jump.
shield as soon as I get ready to say.
He needs it to match Wes.
So I told her I might need the bottom step. She asked me if I wanted it. But anyway, yesterday we had a terrible rate day. When I was looking at them, kind of quotes people out, I was looking right around 7.25 on average for some people. The bad thing about that is January, I was looking about 3.25. Last month, I was looking at 5.25. So we saw about a 2% jump from August to September because we're almost done with September. Granted, I'm not doing this as a fear tactic, even though it is scary, it sucks. Don't have any refinances for some reason, but no. The important thing though for agents is reach out to your clients and your lending partners. And
Love you.
Sorry. Christian.
Love you.
Love you. Love you too, Christian. Awkward.
Love you, Mom.
But no, an important piece is see what their loan is. What do they qualify for? Because I know when I have people call me, they want to know the max they qualify for. I give them the max. I tell them, don't go buy it so you're maxed out because then I consider that house poor, but they still do it. And then sure enough, what I do, I get a contract with that max amount. Well, that max amount that I gave them 2 weeks ago is a lot different than what I just gave them or could have given them yesterday. So I kind of messed around with some numbers and that's why I wrote them down. I don't remember. So basically in January on a $200,000 loan. So let's say the purchase price is $250,000, $200,000 loan. This is just principal and interest, not taxes and insurance. You're looking at right around $900. Okay. Last month, we're looking at $1,400. Yesterday looking at $1,400. Last month, looking at $1,100. So you can see just from January, which I hope you guys don't have pre-qual letters that old because that's not a good thing. But if you do have one from January, I mean, you're looking at $400 a month extra on their payment. Even if you just have one from last month, you're looking at $300 a month more per payment. So definitely, if you have a pre-qual letter from last month, follow up with these people because the last thing you want to do is get them under contract and then have the lender calling and say, sorry, I can't do it now, rates jumped up. Because then you have a lot of unhappy people, I'm sure. That was it.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks for helping, Casey.
Yeah, no problem. Glad I could rain on your day.
Wow.
Yeah, okay.
Just think, when the rates turn again, your refinance business is gonna be killer. I'll become a lender at that point.
Because what do? We date the rate and marry the house?
Date the rate, marry the house.
Yep, that's right.
Patty Borowski says, hello and thank you for using Borowski Inspection Services.
Borowski Inspection Services, whole home inspection services, including geothermal or thermal, whatever.
Thermal imaging.
All right, whatever this is. There's a slide, okay.
Solidly.
Is there a video?
No.
No? Realtor Weekly.
Yeah, thanks, please. Hey, this one's yours, you got this.
Okay, cool. Leadership Academy. Actually, this is a really good one. Representation is really important. One of the things that we've been harping on in our ALC meetings and some of our team meetings in the past is if you're interested in getting involved, get involved with the board. This is one way to really get involved with Realtor leadership throughout our board. Leadership Academy applications are due this Friday. So if you're interested in doing anything in leadership, this is a really great opportunity for people to actually take on. So give it a, do we have anybody in here that was on, has been in? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's great. You guys, I mean, I haven't done it. I just hear it's great. The people that have been in it that I know, they're great.
Like a suggestion. Like if you do this, it could be good.
It could be good.
Yeah.
It'll probably be super great. Be one of my favorite people.
That's right. Oh, look, a video.
Hey, this one might work.
I can't.
Oh my God. The volume, it's the volume. It's the volume.
It's playing on the computer.
Hell, let's just go.
All right, we're skipping it. That's a, oh, now it's
Sneak
fine.
peek at some of the incredible.
That's a guy in a helmet with some tickets.
This Thursday, they're doing the
Legally,
Cornhole
not
Tournament
quite
on
millions
this
of
park.
dollars.
Yeah, it's the Cornhole Tournament, yay.
Oh. Mystery theater. All right,
Skip.
cool.
It's in your email.
There's a wine pool. Do you guys like wine?
Oh, hey, this one's,
Great.
this is right up your alley too. You got this.
What? Oh, hey, safety. I like safety stuff.
Big safety.
You know, the
girl.
only reason people ask me to do safety stuff is because I used to be a cop.
So did Dan Holt, but they never asked him.
Yeah, well, there's some real specific.
Well
I didn't say anything. It was him, okay? So, in the Virus Network. Okay, so safety refresher. Donnie has been a safety instructor for a while. He does a lot of stuff with the board. He's actually a plethora of information. I highly recommend this class. Go check it out. It's a lot less doomsdayer than mine. So mine are kind of like, seriously, this is what could happen to you. Like, don't die. This one, he's like, here's how not to die. So this is good. Good stuff right here. Yep.
Donnie's a safe guy.
He's super safe. He doesn't stand on ladders without a helmet on.
I'm really trying, guys. I'm really trying here. There it is. Okay.
Scoot closer to Wes.
Tickets on sale tomorrow, celebrating women in real estate, October 27th. They go on sale Monday, but they include admission to the pink party that immediately following the event. My mother actually is the reason I'm in real estate. She's a woman.
Is that true?
Yeah.
His mother,
Yeah, I have a mother.
his mother is a woman.
I do believe that.
That is true.
Yeah, cool.
She was a great agent, sold about 3 houses, 2008 hit, and lost her license. It was fantastic.
That's okay.
Yeah, the legacy of
turn.
real estate after that, so. Yeah.
It's gonna be a great event. It's gonna be a great event.
Go ahead, you can see what you want to say.
Okay, so, I mean, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little wobbly. We've had some really great events. I think that this is gonna be a really awesome event to attend. It's, some of the speakers that they have lined up should be really nice. I don't know if they're doing door prizes or not. Normally they do, but should be good. If you guys have the time to go, definitely, meet and mingle. These are great groups to get involved in.
This is not just for women either.
You don't have to be
This is to
female to go.
celebrate females. And as a father of 2 females, you should celebrate them. All right.
Very good.
Inclusion Advisory Committee presents Expanding Home Ownership to Newly Arrived Residents Lunch and Learn.
Do you
pretty
want to
cool.
speak about this at all?
Yeah,
Come on up.
So we are,
Maria,
I don't
please take the stage.
oh God.
Do you want the
Come on,
stool?
Maria. Yeah, you should take the stool.
You should take the stool.
Maria's on the stool.
Hop on. No pressure.
All right, so just get on together. guys.
All right, okay.
You probably don't need both steps.
Okay,
but-
I'm here
Oh,
for
no,
Sam.
she's very tall.
I'll stay.
It's called
here.
spotting.
There you go.
Very nice.
What's up? It's
Very
nice
nice.
up here. I can see everyone.
It's a little cooler.
And I like how, yeah, I understand it now, yeah.
It's great, it's great.
So the lunch and learn is to help agents be aware of IT numbers, which is an identification tax individual taxpayer number.
It's important.
It's for people that don't have a residency and they get an IT number so that they can file for their taxes and so they can work in the US. It's not only specific for Hispanic people, it's for anyone that is a non-resident. We're gonna have 4 speakers. One of them is gonna be a closer, Adriana Diaz with Very Untitled Company. We're gonna have Andrew Chavez with Community Mortgage Brokers, who's gonna be talking about his end of things as far as the lender goes. And we'll also have the owner's wife of Caesar's Restaurant, the Mexican restaurant.
Caesar's Old Mexico?
That one. Caesar's Mexico, that one. Yeah, yes. They will be talking about the importance for them of being a business owner as a Hispanic person in the community and what it took for them to become one. So it'll be a good lunch and learn to attend to if you want to learn a little bit more about that and just educate your buyers better as well.
Where is it? At the GSP?
It's at the GSP Water.
Yep, sign up today. That looks like a
We
link.
will be
So
there.
you might be able to.
Back
We just did 11 months with the customer as they got their IT number.
Yeah.
And we learned a whole lot in that process. So this would have been nice about a year ago. All right. Oh, look, another video. Cool. Another video that we can't play. There it is. Oh, can I talk about this one?
Yeah, sure.
That's fun.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, the YPN, which is Young Professionals Network. That's right. Charity golf tournament. This one's gonna be a banger, right, Paulina?
Right.
You want this one?
Have you signed up yet, Wes?
No, I hate ribbon cuts, so. I'll play, of course, yeah. October 10th, this will be fun. Ms. Paulina, do you have anything to say about it?
No, so the current Leadership Academy at the board, their big project right now is called the Our Care Fund, which provides mental health visits for agents, 1 to 3 visits. So their biggest thing right now is just trying to raise money. So YPN, Young Professionals Network at the board, we have partnered with them. And that's why we're doing this golf tournament to help them raise money. So we've got about, I think, 14 teams signed up. We still would like 10 more. So if any of you guys are interested, let me know. It's $500 per team and 4 people per team. Wait, did I say that right? $500 per team, 4 people per team. Yeah.
If you win, do you get anything?
I don't know.
Not that good at
You
golf.
You have a lot of fun.
You just have to be good at,
I
you just have to be good at drinking.
Yeah. You don't even have to.
Wes, do you want to be on my team?
Yeah, sure.
We'll just drink.
Oh.
I'll pay for it.
I found that I have like a plateau, like 4 drinks is a lot, but I'm like golfing good, and then 5, it is. Like, then I start losing golf balls. All right. Halloween costume party, another board event. Do you have tickets for the Halloween party? All right, there you go. Y'all can read this later, I guess. I don't know. All right.
Okay, I feel like I'm like the hype man for all of the events. Like, it's gonna be a great event. You guys should join. Yeah, but this one should be good. It should be fun. There's drinking. You should go.
All right, you get this one too.
Quantum Leap. Has anyone in here actually gone to Quantum Leap? Okay. I feel like it's because of who the instructor is. That makes sense. So it's.
Your deductive reasoning is on point.
Thank you. We are never going to be allowed to do this again. I probably will never be allowed to do it again, period. So anyway, Quantum Leap, it's like great if you guys haven't been to it. It's awesome. Business planning is obviously very vital. If you haven't started planning for 2023, you're behind. You need to get on that, and this is a good opportunity for everyone to jump in on that. And everyone knows where Relic Antique is, so go.
This class is normally a full day, and so Tim is teaching it for an hour and a half, so it's a short and condensed version if you're wanting more of the cliff notes of Quantum Leap. So this would be a great opportunity to go and maximize that time.
Also, if you guys ever get the opportunity to, Gary Keller actually teaches this every once in a great while. And it's usually to a specific demographic, but you don't have to be an agent. So you can send kids, cousins, nephews, friends, whatever, down to it in Austin in person with Gary. I signed my nephew up for the last one. He did it digitally, and it like blew his mind. Like, he's from a family that has worked 9 to 5 forever, and he is already like big life plans from it. So it's pretty awesome.
In December, Gene Rivers is gonna teach it for our region in, I think, St. Louis, I believe, so we'll be.
Don't mean to discount 10, but okay.
So, we'll have more information coming on that soon, but it will be December with Gene Rivers.
RPR, you got this. We love RPR.
Oh, RPR is important too. Yeah, we should do that.
Does anyone use RPR?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You really should, because I think you get, I know I should say this, but you.
Keep going.
Sure. There's a certain amount, I think, of actual addresses, and you get you get benefits to it. I actually went to the board a lot, a couple of years ago, just to ask questions, because I didn't know what everything was when I would log into Flex. And so when I sat down, I was like, oh my God, I should really use all of these tools. I don't, but I should. So you guys should too. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be asked to speak again.
Wow, more events. Holy crap.
No, it's just a rundown list.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We're skipping that.
Wait,
All right. Oh, we
there's-
gotta go through that again.
Go back.
There's still more going on.
More of the appraisers.
Why am I going back to RPR?
I didn't want you to go back to RPR. There you go. Stop. Don't touch the
Mom,
button.
Dad, it's okay.
Has anyone ever been mad at an appraiser before? This whole room would probably, hey, I see you. Yeah. Same
Josh
here.
loves appraisers.
Yeah.
So-
Appraisers are great. They have reasons, probably reasonable reasons for not appraising your property. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Go and ask them in person. I've learned a lot. On a real note, I've been to some of these. They actually are a really great wealth of information. And then afterwards, you get to see the appraisers in the parking lot, which is fun too. So highly recommend that you go and just shake their hand.
Teach a couple of those safety classes at the parking lot. So I gotta say, on the Appraisers Committee, having a good appraiser connection is a total game changer.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone remembers Stacy Bruce, but Stacy Bruce was like the most helpful human being of all time, great appraiser. She saved probably 5 deals for me early in my career. Just Friday, I had an agent come into the office with a really complicated question about finished or unfinished square footage in a basement. It was really tough. I was like, I have no idea. Call this appraiser. In 3 seconds, he had his answer, and he got an additional 800 square feet on the listing finished. So that's pretty awesome. That's a big price change for him. So can't speak highly enough of some of them.
Yes.
Just like agents, right? Okay, the rest of those I think we probably talked about at this
Yeah,
point.
probably.
Cool.
You go.
That is a lot. All right, you're on this. This is all you.
No, this is you, bro.
Okay, sweet.
This is the Barris Network stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what I get. All right. So obviously where it says last week, that's last week, and that's last week too.
Wow.
This is last year's numbers. Yeah. Okay, here's what I will say. Here's what I will say. When interest rates go up, buyers tend to do what?
Slow down.
Not buy. Yeah, like duh. So when we look at our contract number, what do we see? Interest rates go up, contracts slow down. Pretty straightforward. What's interesting is look at our new listing number. Right? Closings, still similar. I think what we're gonna feel, because contracts are today business, right? And closings are 30 to 45 days out. I think we're gonna feel some pain potentially over the next 60 days, especially on the buy side for new contracts. Well, I guess it'd be list side too, because it's a contract. Good job, Wes.
Wow.
You're
doing great.
What's interesting, I think it's actually on the next slide. One more.
There it
This
is.
one, oh, that was a weird transition. It's fascinating to me. 2019, 2,000 homes. 2021, 958, and we're at basically 1,300. 1 year, 400 home gap. It's quite a bit, right? So interest rates are actually affecting our economy, which, I mean, we kind of know that, but we're actually finally seeing it. What's interesting is if we go back again, come on. We're not seeing a huge slowdown in listings, right? So our percentage change of new listings to market versus new under contracts is, like the new listings are pacing according to what we saw last year. right? Even potentially a little bit more right now as people are trying to offload stuff with a market crash coming, who knows? Right? But our contract number is significantly slowing. So what that tells me is now I potentially have to list more homes to get the same number of contracts. Is everyone tracking with me? So if our contracts are slowing, but our listing number is staying the same pace, that means I might have to list 2 homes to sell 1 now, which last year it was like I could list a third of a home and I could have sold it, right? It goes, wow. So we're really looking at our lead generation side right now and getting really tactical, saying, if I know I have to take 2 listings to sell 1, that means when I'm business planning all the way back out, I've got to do a lot of lead generation to get 2 listings to sell 1.
Right, and it's gonna cost you more time to be on task if you're not on task, so you really have to focus. This is that time now where Gary was saying back in Orlando, that what happens with the market, or this may have actually been, it may have been Orlando or was Mega Camp the previous year, where he was saying, we have to look at what's gonna happen in our economy and what the future is actually gonna provide. And historically, the same thing happens. We're gonna go, everything's going up, 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 so now they're like inflation. So in order to cap inflation and try and get that down, the federal government and our central bank, the feds, they're gonna raise the rates, and they're gonna take things through the roof, overdo it, and then say, oh, okay, we did what we needed to do, it's gonna start coming back down. But this is over a year or 2 process before we even start seeing that change. Could be longer, because people were anticipating that this inflation was gonna be coming at us sooner than it did. COVID kind of screwed a lot of things up, or made the numbers more interesting at least. So now they've raised the interest rates. So if you want to get a house to sell, you're going to have to do a lot more lead generation to actually maintain. If you want to maintain your income from last year, you're going to have to double your production. So hunker down, find your bunkers, and lead gen.
Yeah, 3 biggest skills that we're coaching on right now. The first is, if it's not on your calendar, it better be on your calendar, right? And the reason is, last year when as buyers agents or representing buyers, we were showing 2 homes, writing offers on both and losing both and having to take that same client out. We don't feel that anymore, right? Like, I don't remember, I think we've only had 1 multiple offer situation last month, 1 out of 50 contracts. Like, that's telling, right? But so that tells me then that we actually have a little bit more time on our hands, right? When we have that extra gap, that extra white space in our calendars, it right now has to be lead generation. Like, it absolutely has to be. Part of that also is mastering what you're saying in lead generation. So the first skill we've got is calendaring, time blocking appropriately. The second is, in your lead generation, mastering your conversations, right? Your script. So I'm going to give you guys my favorite script of the season right now. Can I give that to you? Is that fair? Will you take it and use it?
Probably not.
If no one nods, I'm not giving you a script if you're not going to use it.
Yes.
Jeez, guys. All right, we're at a listing appointment, right? Seller's reluctant because I've got to buy in this market too. Well, Mr. Seller, I wish we would have been having this conversation about selling your home 6 months ago. Because 6 months ago, I could have sold it for more, probably could have sold it faster, and you didn't have to buy at 7% interest rates. However, I'm afraid if we wait 6 more months, I'm going to be selling it slower for even less money than today, and potentially you could have an even higher interest rate. So why don't we choose to list today? That way we can get you in your next house and date the rate.
Casey,
Like that?
I don't know if you're looking at the chat or if you're on Facebook. Chris Locke recommended that you talk about ARM options. 7 to 1, 10 to 1, adjustable.
They're not any better at all. They're actually worse.
So don't do that.
Now, don't get me wrong, some local banks that keep the loans in-house, several of them, you could have a better option there. Secondary market-wise, Fannie and Freddie, ARM options are worse than 30-year fixed.
If you're talking to lenders too, and they're like, hey, things are gonna be just fine, don't worry about it, but they're not giving you background information, talk to Casey. If you don't have like an actual relationship with a lender, make sure you talk to someone who's reputable. Casey's excellent, great wealth of information. So if it's the adjustable stuff, people are gonna wanna get creative too in lending. Don't let them get too creative. Just make sure that they don't get private funding from someone from South Africa or somewhere.
That happens.
It does. No, like people are, scams are
This is
gonna
where the
start.
wild stuff happens,
Yeah,
friends.
scams are gonna start becoming more common to see. And so don't let your clients become one of those victims too. Next.
So any questions on numbers? Let's keep going. This is the numbers in the other regions, what's happening in the north. And over there is Eastern. Very, no south numbers. We hate Branson. All right. We already looked at this slide. All right, we're moving on here. This is all you, Lise.
Getting started with KW Command with Dan Turkel. And then if you're not in St. Louis, then thanks for joining us here.
Yeah. All right, anyone looking at hiring an assistant? Anybody? Yeah? We got nods, but no hands. All right, good. You're super committed to hiring. This leverage series.
Well, you've just
is being
terrified
taught by-
us.
Yeah.
We're not sure we can afford it.
Nothing to do with money, it has everything to do with behaviors, right? The same like, okay, I'm going soapbox here because I've been hearing this from my team too. It has nothing to do with money, it has everything to do with behaviors. The last 4 years have trained us to be the worst salespeople ever.
You
We
could
can
throw
walk
a
into
rock,
deals.
you could have thrown a rock and found a buyer.
Yeah.
Now, this is a skills market. We all know that this is a skills market. Don't buy lead generation services. So there's so much. Come closer. I can't reach you. I have small legs and small eyes.
I like the fridge stands over
All
there.
right.
So that's good.
Okay, don't buy just any lead generation service. You're gonna get a ton more calls because everyone knows that that's the only way in order to. Are you really taking a picture right now? I'm not. You already did, didn't you? I was gonna send it to you. Yeah, I'm trying to be serious.
It's seriously good.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, don't, just talk to your leadership, talk to other agents. There's a ton of open doors throughout the office. Go around and talk to people and say, hey, this company just called me and they're saying that I'm gonna get 5 leads a month if I pay this much. Don't get sucked into it. If it sounds too good to be true, it is. You can do it for free by just getting on your phone. Just call your people, call your sphere, go do events, go do seminars, rewatch everything from Mega Camp. All of those agents that were on stage this past Mega Camp gave such incredible information. So just go back and refresh. You don't have to buy services and spend money.
That's exactly right.
I kind of feel like I should get off this.
Exactly right.
I'm committed.
You gotta stay.
Here I am.
Stay.
That's where I live.
Your ankles are gonna hurt like crazy. Okay, going back to the leverage series, this is being taught by our regional director, David Barroso. I've taken the leverage series 5 times. David has been the best instructor I've taken it with, bar none, the best. So if you guys can make it on the 27th and 28th.
That's
Today,
today.
isn't it?
Good call. Hey, that's why you're running the meeting there, bud, because they're at leverage series.
Did no one tell you this?
No.
Wow.
It's so hard. I'm like, FOMO, I guess.
I'm like, it's too late, guys. Thanks for being here with us, though. I really
This is
appreciate
the
it.
last week of the month too.
It is.
Know your calendar.
If it's not on your calendar, it doesn't exist.
Health insurance. We got right here, remind me of your name. Ryan. Ryan, we got Ryan, or you can look at Real Perks as another option if you would like to. That's through KW Corporate, so.
It's hard to understand a lot of the stuff that they put out on these things. So a good thing to do is definitely talk to someone in person. Get to know what your actual benefits are, what a deductible is, and what a major surgery would look like. And I think getting somebody on the phone or talking to someone face to face is probably the best way to do that. Or have your wife work part-time at Starbucks. Great insurance.
This says CE, what are you waiting for? All right. Oh, look at that, do your CE,
Yeah,
okay.
do that.
All right,
Or Nicole will find you.
congratulations to bold graduates. Do we have any bold graduates in the house? Let's go. How many of you took a new piece of business because of the activities in bold over the last 8 weeks? Beautiful. I love it. You paid for bold. Look at that. Bold's free. All right. Oh, business planning clinic.
Hey, I know these people.
Yeah, you get these 2 clowns again.
What's up?
So this is actually pretty fun. Every year we do this in October. This allows everyone to gather together. That way we can start building out our business plan. So we touch on, of course, all the major models inside of the MREA, which forms the platform for our business. So We've got Dan and Shanna talking about the general, the why, I guess, behind the models and the mindset associated. I get to teach on economics, yay. Claire gets to teach lead gen, can't think of anyone more appropriately. Blake, the budget model, and then we'll probably break, most people will leave, and then Elise will teach on the organization.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Because I mean, put me in charge of organization.
Yeah, good call. All right, 9:30 a.m. here though on October 5th.
What time does it end?
Who
Whenever
knows?
I'm done.
Who knows?
Whenever I'm done with it.
It'll end at 4. It'll end at 4 that day.
It has never ended on time, ever. All right, you got this one?
Absolutely. So, and Rachel, I think you can speak a little bit to this too, because I asked you if you've seen him before and she said yes. So yeah, go ahead.
So Jordan Freed is an agent out of the Kansas City area. He is also a MAPS coach as well, and he is coming to coach or teach his presentation on My Freed Life. It has nothing to do about real estate or Keller Williams. It is truly about what do you want your life to look like? What goals do you need to create in order to obtain that? He was able to talk at our coaches training at Mega Camp, and it was the most engaging hour that he was able to present. He is coming here. We're actually trying to find a location that is offsite to fit more people, just because we know that there's going to be a lot of people there. 9 to 4, we have a promotional video that we will be showing. I don't know if it will play today, and that way you guys can learn a little bit more about him, but this is one speaker you do not want to miss.
Yeah, I echo that for sure. Jordan Freed's phenomenal. I've been the lucky recipient of a lot of his correction over the past year and a half, and it is stunning. Very
Probably
rare.
a full-time job for him to have to correct you.
Yeah,
Yeah. Got it.
yeah. Between him and my wife, I just can't. Oh, here it is. Here we go. You should invite everyone to the event. Yeah. Okay. There it is. Fierce Conversations.
Okay, Fierce Conversations, this is one of those trainings that I saw early on in my career and just didn't want to do, because I was like, well, that's something that's going to keep me accountable. I don't like that. So, but I have gone to one of these workshops, not this one in particular, but this instructor. Julie is a great instructor. I've heard a lot of good things about her. The fact that she's coming to our market center to teach this is going to be really phenomenal. This is one that you don't want to miss, especially with the upcoming market. You need to be prepared to talk to your clients and set proper expectations. And this is a class that will really help you navigate that.
Yeah, it's clients, colleagues, relationships. How many of you guys have had pain in a relationship before? Everyone, right? How many of you have had to have a fierce conversation, but walked into it kind of not knowing how or what to expect, right? A lot of us. This is literally training for having uncomfortable conversations, and it's awesome.
Doesn't teach you how to break up with someone. I
No.
feel like that's where you were going.
I mean, maybe. Oh, I like this one. Family reunion.
Who has their tickets already? Okay. If you're in mastery coaching, you can.
This is a big change. In person only. There is no virtual option this year, which means you will not get any recordings. You will not get any insights if you do not show up to Anaheim, California, February 18th to 21st. If you have a MAPS coach, you have a free ticket, by the way.
So if you're in mastery coaching.
Family Reunion is one of the, if not the largest, real estate convention in the world. And it is absolutely fantastic every year. Gary Keller's going to go over state of the company, what's happening economically. Then there's tons of breakouts and specialties with people like Jordan Freed. Our very own Jen Davis usually teaches these breakout conversations around specific topics, whether that be administrative, growing a team, listing side, buy side, all kinds of stuff.
Something to remember, every closing you had, you can put some money away for this. Squirreling money away for this if you're not in MAPS coaching, number one, you should probably squirrel away money just to get into MAPS coaching. It sounds like a big commitment, but it will absolutely change the trajectory of your business. If you don't want to do that, put money away and plan on doing this. Get a roommate, get a hotel that's not right next to the convention center, but they have really great rates too. So I don't know what you were going to say. It sounded sarcastic because you're smirking. So ignoring you. But this, the state of the company is going to be this upcoming state of the company will probably be the most important that I've ever seen in my career. So I'm looking forward to this. I already have my tickets. So
It's going to be a blast. Also, Allegiant flies direct. So, all right, moving on.
we have 4 minutes left, so we got to go.
Oh, that's
How did
plenty
we
of time.
round this out?
This
Just
week's
what this is
focus.
gonna be.
Oh, good.
What? What does that say?
Realtor Safety Month.
Hey, it's me.
There you are.
Oh,
There she is.
seriously, be safe out there. Next one.
All right, safety
Yeah,
tips.
next.
Yeah, be safe out
There
there.
you go.
There it is.
Okay, this is the same one as last week.
Yeah, this,
Guess what? It's not over till it's over. And
Yeah,
this tip's not over.
this tip's still not over. No, seriously, be safe. If you guys ever have any questions about safety or good practices, you can talk, especially the leadership. They've been through they've seen a lot of my shenanigans with the classes. But don't do stuff alone if you're uncomfortable. You know, my buyer's agent, before she was comfortable, she was doing open houses. You can even get a lender to do an open house with you most of the time, especially now though. Bet you can. Casey?
Not like hers.
Next week, you don't have us clowns, you have Adam Grady.
Yeah, it'll be a lot better.
That'll be
Promise.
fun.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I think that's it. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Thank you
thanks for attending.
so much.